Yeah, so interesting things out of Justin's list while they do opening hands. He does have the Flow of Knowledge. That's the 5 mana draw is for the number of islands. Discard
Oh,
2.
right. Okay.
He's got 1 Slip Out the back, 2 Shore Up, so negating for that overslip to kind of push that damage through rather than push the damage through by using Slip as a removal spell. And then he's on the negate Essence Scatter version instead of having things like the make disappear. So
Oh,
a lot
okay.
more hard counter spells.
All right. Yeah, basic island for Justin here. We see a Jetmir's Garden and a mountain for Nick. No 2-drop play. End of turn consider.
What do you think he's thinking about? He did not consider that.
Did not consider.
Not for a moment did he consider that land.
Looks like full art foil islands here. Good choice. Oh, end of turn Cathar Commando. So this is a 2 of a Nick's deck. Pretty good at taking care of Fable, having a 2/1 flash threat. It's solid.
Nick being on the play, not as impactful as it would normally be against Mono Blue because this version is playing the hard counters. But getting to play a creature early might be that impactful.
Right, yeah. Being able to flash that on the end step, right, giving you maybe that tempo to play here. Oh, there is a make disappear for Justin.
Oh, there are 4 Make Disappears in Justin's deck. I'm a liar. Justin has 4 Make Disappears, 3 Scatters, 2 Negates, quite a few. Justin actually looks like he might only be on 20 lands in 19 Islands and 1 Search the City rather than either 21 or 22.
Okay. We see a Bank Buster here trying for Nick. We'll see if this resolves. He placed that in the middle zone, floating. And looks like we do see a negate.
Makes a lot of sense. The Bank Buster is one of the best cards against Mono Blue, despite the fact that it has such a good matchup against Grixis. That's one of the only ways for Grixis to beat you. Probably, as Nick is probably playing the role of the mid-range deck here, don't want him to get that card.
All right, and then we see a non-full art foil island for Justin. And a Tolarian Terror. So 5/5 with Ward 2. It costs less for each instant or sorcery card in your graveyard. So
the shields are down, however. This gives Nick an opportunity to possibly resolve a large, intimidating thing of his own. We'll see what he has to try to do that.
Oh, he's going to destroy the Evil Terror, paying the ward cost.
Is Terror the evil one in this format, though?
It literally has the word terror in its name.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, if you ask the community at large, I feel like they think Terror's the good guy.
Terror's the hero here. Okay, so 3 mana for a Haughty Djinn.
This card is really powerful, one of the best cards in the deck. It makes your instants and sorceries cost 1 less.
Okay.
And also, its power is the number of instant sorceries in your graveyard.
Okay, so yeah, it looks like they're keeping track of that over there for terror and purposes like that. Oh, flow of ideas in response here, or not flow of ideas. Thirst for discovery.
I think it's Thirst for Discovery. That's right.
Yep. So you draw 3 and then you discard 2 unless you discard a basic land. So nice that we've seen 2.
This thing is going pretty far here.
He's going the distance.
All the way down to 8, we see Justin.
Yeah, Justin's life total not very high. This Cathar Commando, 3 a turn.
One of the cards that's missing from Justin's deck that I've been a huge advocate of, and I know a few others have, is the Blue Mist that.
Okay.
So with Haughty Djinn it acts as a protection spell, but it also allows you to catch up. Sleep your opponent's stuff, so to speak.
Okay.
The only catch-up card in Justin's list is Flow, but it only catches you up on cards.
Got it. Okay. So Haughty Djinn with 4 instants in the graveyard, making it a little hard to attack now on for Nick. Looks like he's deciding what he would like to discard for his Fable trigger. Go with a no discard. Okay. We see an attack with the 3/1.
Yep.
Okay. And a Wandering Emperor for Nick here. Looks like it will be made to disappear, costing 1 less due to the Haughty Djinn.
Haughty Djinn is massive.
Okay, end of turn we see an Impulse here for Justin. He'll look at the top 4, put 1 into his hand. The card's really powerful with it only costs 1 mana with Haughty Djinn out.
Yeah, card. I mean, the one that just was put in the graveyard is from Visions, and that card was good then. So
yeah. All right. So, would you say that Justin's maybe turned the corner here?
I think I wouldn't say that he's caught up, but I definitely would say he's turned the corner.
Oh,
oh, the 1 mana 5/5 though, holding down the ground. Now Justin can start attacking.
Okay, there we go. We see a Haughty Djinn coming in for 6 here, bringing Nick down to 14. Fable will flip over. Yeah, you never like your opponent holding up mana. When they all cost 1 less, it can be even more daunting.
One of the interesting things about Justin's deck is he has elected for a lot of air in his deck as well. Because he's not playing the main deck Delvers, along with his 4 Thirst of Discoveries, the 2 Flow of Knowledge, and the 4 Considers, he also has the 1 of Impulse, but he also has 3 Curate.
Okay. Now, we see before, Nick luckily wanted to attack there, but before combat, Justin stopped him and cast Fading Hope. Was able to scry 1. Now casting that Curate.
So, yeah, if we put enough... Okay, so we didn't put more cards in, but if we had...
Essence Scatter on the Sarah Paragon.
I believe that is 9 plus 5. I believe that is 14 damage.
Xaxes. Okay. So if Justin has a way to remove that Fable...
Oh, he's gonna find one.
Oh, baby. Draw 6.
Discard. Justin went from playing Magic to playing Pokemon really fast there.
Oh, my goodness. You draw so many cards in Pokemon. It's crazy.
Justin might just be able to kill, to be honest, though. Like, if you discard 2 spells here, and just play another spell.
Didn't you have to discard with the
you do need to discard with the flow.
Don't...
It is possible he discarded another flow, though.
That is possible. Okay. See 10, and Nick scooping him up. Yeah. Okay. So Mana Blue taking down the Boros midrange deck here.
He didn't discard another flow because he still had 10 instant sorcery indicated, but... Alright, let's go...
Yeah, something to keep in mind here. So, as the Mana Blue aficionado...
Oh, is that what I am?
Yes.
So, it kind of just depends. The deck boards in a couple of different ways. So, some of the big cards that you have here is Invoke the Wind, that steals stuff.
Okay.
Witness Protection gets rid of big things. It's possible that you want more Slip Out the Backs as, like, your protection spell in this matchup that also, like, stops flyers from getting your way. But if here's the thing is, if I'm Justin, I'm just worried about the big, dumb flying things that get in my way, and I'd want things that, play around that. I don't think that we saw anything that maybe you need Pithing Needle for. You're on the draw, so I think you're less likely to want the 3 of Delvers. But you saw a lot of big stuff, like the Snavel Stroke is something else that could come in. It really just depends. I think Invoke the Winds, being able to steal those big dumb flyers, Witness Protection, and Slip Out the Back, though, that might be the direction that I would head.
Okay. And for Nick here, oh, man. We see a couple Depopulate, some Elspeths, Farewells, Flamebust Bolts, Sanctuary Warden, Sarah Paragon, a Temporary Lockdown, Unlicensed Hearse, and Urza Silex. Maybe the 4 mana ways to interact. The Silex and the Depopulates coming in. I don't know if you really have time for something like Farewell.
Yeah, I'm certainly not burning in like my 6 mana spells against the Mono Blue deck.
Yeah, but the 4 mana ones, you might be able to sneak in.
That's possible. I mean, on paper, you're a mid-range deck playing against a deck that wants to play against mid-range decks. While these are
Yeah.
both trying to beat the the
Grixis deck.
the Grixis deck, I think mono white, the draw that Nick wants to have, right? Well, he did have that early creature. He wants to like really outvalue with things like the with bank busters, with the farm hands. Um, Nick also just doesn't have a lot of removal for the things going on the other side, right? Other than lay down arms, you you've got to rely on those to be able to get to a lot of planes to kill things like terror, or else you're in trouble. And that game we saw him draw both destroy evils.
Those are the two main deck ways to do that.
Yeah.
He's got Niganjo on his mana base, but I also see in here. Do you think he brings in Unlicensed Hearse?
Absolutely.
To interact with Justin's
you just make the graveyard as small as possible. Hearse is one of the best cards against you.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, so we see those as well. So
cool. Looks like Justin is all done. Let's and Nick's doing a couple more cards. Yeah, Hearse is definitely coming in.
Yeah. Saw that there. So.
I also wouldn't be surprised to see even more. Like I don't know how heavily or light Justin was sideboarding there. Things like Disdainful Stroke. Guessing that that Nick is on this mid-range deck, you might want more of that stuff. There are also cards in Nick's deck that just don't do anything in this matchup, right? So like Lauren the Third Path, easy out trade for things like those those Hearse. Yep.
Those kind of things. Yeah. The Lauren, that's a pretty good card because it just trades evenly with Fable.
Yeah.
That's kind of why that's a 4 of in these white decks, but yeah, not as relevant here. No, and like it can maybe tag Witness Protection, unlock one of your big things again, but generally not great.
All right, players are shuffling up. They're getting ready to present. We'll go down there.
Awesome. So yeah, Justin's ready to go. Nick finishing shuffling up here. Does it help? It probably helps that Nick's on the play of this game, right? You want to be able to get ahead of those 2 mana.
I mean, there was a lot of 2 mana counter spells out of Justin that game. He got a lot of interaction.
Yeah. So.
I mean, the thing is like the most of the deck that Nick is playing is built around really strong 3 mana enchantments either way, though. So even then, Justin will still have 2 mana to interact around that time.
Yeah.
All right, players looking at their opening hands.
Yep. Let's see here. So, looks like Nick has kept. Both players have kept, and we are underway. Jetbeer's Garden Plains to start the match here. We get an island from from Justin, and there is that. He had the Spell Pierce for the Unlicensed Hearse. Wow. Kept in two. There was 2 main deck Spell Pierce. Right, trying a wedding announcement, gets negated.
Huge start here for Justin.
Wow, it just feels backbreaking.
Another wedding announcement.
And you kind of just have to keep deploying these threats, right? It's okay. So Justin, considering that an island is not what he would like, finds another negate for the wedding announcement. That's pretty huge here. So untap.
All right.
Okay.
No land.
No land. Okay.
The evil has been destroyed from Nick's perspective.
Now has the opportunity to resolve. A Steel Seraph. Okay. All right, so this card is pretty powerful. It can give a creature you control either flying, vigilance, or lifelink each combat as a 3/3 flyer. Really nice in combination with the Wandering Emperor, being able to get bigger there.
Yep. We see Nick going up to 23 there, choosing to give lifelink. I expect to see a thirst for discovery out of Justin here. I don't think that there's a really very many other reasons not to have played stuff or a discover.
Okay,
Or a consider, I should say.
Considering, yeah. So did Justin just like not have the negate and had to been that island as to why he missed that land drop here?
Yeah, there is the thirst for discovery. Yeah, we saw him draw the island. He was really wanted to have something else for that wedding announcement earlier.
Yeah, you predicted it there with the thirst, and we'll see what gets discarded here. Basic island.
And this is how the mono blue deck kind of works. You know, he 1-for-1 for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a totally reasonable life total? And now, you know, is pulling ahead on cards by using Thirst as kind of an instant speed divination.
Okay.
1 mana Terror.
That is terrifying. 1 mana Tellurian Terror. Cycle Garden in response. Okay. So.
The thing is that Terror is not winning a race versus that 3/3 right now.
Yeah, if Nick keeps giving that Seraph lifelink.
Vigilance that time.
Okay. Vigilance was the go. It's kind of hard to see what's in Nick's hand here. Has 1 type. Okay, 6 mana. Sanctuary Warden. Okay. Big, powerful flyer. Looks like that meets an Essence Scatter. Terror's gonna come in, so can't block that flyer. Brings Nick down to 18. And a Haughty Djinn. That's pretty big here.
So Haughty Djinn is big, but it actually most of the removal in Nick's deck all of the removal in Nick's deck kills it.
Okay.
So it's really about whether that one mana up is relevant for Justin here.
Okay. Yeah, and Nick able to pay for Make Disappear. Going Vigilance. Now this will tell.
Right? Yeah, I mean Nick is going to snap off, put a counter on my guy here to try and kill this with first strike. Now Shore Up though will actually make it so if that is the card, will actually be the protection that is. Ooh.
Okay. Fading Hope, the Angel, back to hand. Okay. And he gets to Scry because the Angel is a 3 mana card on the battlefield. Now that Emperor is...
the Emperor is a sitting duck, really.
Gonzo. Updating the die here to check the count on the instants and sorceries. Alright. Justin taking the draw. Cast Thirst for Discovery. Look at 3 more cards. Good guy Nick updating the count. Alright, we see Fading Hope plus another spell discarded. Okay, Curate.
We're at 12.
Is Nick just... Okay, Curate, Bend, and Essence Scatter. So Slip Out Back was the other card. Discarded.
All right,
And
that'll do it.
Wow.
Justin will take that one. Justin will take that one. 2-0. All right. Well, the mid-range killer killed the other mid-range deck that was trying to be the mid-range killer.
Yes, it did. you're a huge advocate for mono blue, and I think we kind of see why here.
I think the deck is really strong. There's a tons of different ways to build it. It has a surprising amount of ways to be built, and I think it's really strong. That's nothing to do with like the other decks in the format. It's always funny to me when people talk about how this is a one deck format. I'm like, I don't think that's true.
Yeah.
All right.
With that game, just like that spell pierce on the unlicensed hearse was the killer, right? We see if Nick had resolved that unlicensed hearse on 2, that game looks much different. Not having all those instants and sorceries in the graveyard.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that is going to do it for round number 3. We will be back with round number 4.